Hi, I'm Katherine Adams. I was a Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force for 23 years. I joined the Air Force in 1987. I started out as a telecommunications specialist, and as that morphed with technology into system administration and help desk and network administration. And by the time I retired in 2013, because I did have a break in service, I was a cyber warrior and kind of bled off into what I do today, which is I'm a cyber analyst. Right after Hurricane Katrina, I was stationed at Keesler Air Force Base. I had been selected to be an instructor. One of the things you have to do is, if I'm going to lead you, I have to be able to do everything that I ask you to do. So in addition to teaching and knowing your craft, you have to maintain your physical fitness. Now, when I was at Keesler, I was running and going on and off of surfaces, and I tore my meniscus. It didn't hurt a whole lot. It was just when I sat down and drove the 20 minutes home, the back side of my knee swelled up. And I didn't really want to complain too much, but I did want to complain because it hurt. And when you teach, you're on your feet, so I probably just aggravated it constantly. So I finally went to physical therapy because we're going to strengthen it. No, maybe not. An MRI later, they said, oh, your meniscus on your left knee is shredded, so we're going to go in. At the time, because again, Katrina had hit, so they referred me off base, and I actually had a doctor who had been prior military, so he understood that my goal was to get back out and run. And when they ask you at physical therapy, what's your intent? I said, I need to be able to run my 1.5 miles. That was Hurricane Katrina time. I'm now at Stuttgart, and I'm not running as much as I should, but I am hurting, and I could tell by my walk. Now my hip is starting to hurt, so I went to the doctor, and he supports special ops guys who are on their feet all the time, the real marchers of the world. And he touched me in 2 places on my knee, and I almost came off the table. And he said, what are you doing? You should never, after your surgery, after getting a little history, you should never have been running again. You're shredding what's left. You are facing knee replacement. He told me that in 2011, 2012. So I retired in 2013, and I made sure that it was noted that I had had the surgery, because I'm still looking forward and saying I know at some point I probably will have to. I think that I pushed it off quite a bit by losing weight, which this wonderful brace helped me get to that point. But I retired in 2013, and I was getting in and out of the back of a pickup truck, and there's a step, and when I went to make the step, my other knee popped, and I have since done a lateral tear on that knee because I was favoring this knee. My fear when my other knee went is that my husband and I have a scuba shop. I have a dive shop, a scuba diving shop. He's an instructor, and I didn't want to stop scuba diving, and I've gone the gamut of braces, big, bulky, hot, painful, not painful, but very uncomfortable braces, shots, Motrin, naproxen, Voltaren gel, and everything seemed to kind of die off. It works for a little bit, but it's not long term. I was seen by a wonderful doctor at the Richmond VA clinic, and he understood that my desire was never to be constantly on meds. And I really do appreciate him very much, because it was the beginning of trying out the Icarus brace. And this is my first baby. These guys were kind enough to put a little scuba mask on one side, and just in case someone thought they wanted it too much, put my name on the other. So personalized my gear for me, and it made the difference in sitting on the couch knowing that your knee's going to hurt when you get up. It made the difference in, I'll just go ahead and go to Planet Fitness, and I'll get on the elliptical machine, and when I get off, my knee won't buckle, and I won't be afraid that I'm going to fall. And I don't have to have it on all the time, but you can tell when you have it on that it works. Knowing that I can do things, that I can stay on my feet more, that's made me go to places like Disneyland, places where you know you're going to be on your feet. Yeah, I'm not going to go because my knee is going to, it's just going to be, no. Now I do those things.